I don't know what happened yesterday, that all my windshield and my windows and everything are so scuffed, and accidentally just left my window open at night through the thunderstorm, so that was not good. And it seems like it rained stones or something, and that the windshield is so scuffed up. But yeah, I have to take it easy because I have no fuel left. So I know I can make it there, but still I want to take it easy while the car warms up. I can just take a smoother ride through here, then fill up and keep going, you know. So today I came in a little bit more earlier than usual. Normally I go at 1 a.m. or 9 p.m. But today I decided to go a little bit earlier just because the gas station didn't open at 1 a.m. So yeah, and it's been a couple of days since I don't go out like with the sun almost going out, sun rising, and it's a quite nice experience when the warmth of the sun just kicks in, you know? That's why I like. It's quite chilly in here also, all the night with the window open, but it is fine. Seems like this car went through an apocalypse, but it didn't. But yeah, I'm confident that I can make it to there. I've seen some people already, so this is not the kind of day to, you know, be racing with confidence that nobody's on the road. Like when I went out yesterday, there was at 1 a.m. people on the road, but it was like teenagers doing some partying and stuff. And I do not have 20/20 vision, but I did see them. Then I just flashed them and yeah. I'm beginning to like these roads a little bit more because my car cannot run on the streets, but oh shit. And yeah, this road is good, but don't run it either at night or very early, like today, because you see what can happen. Something is rattling a bit. Feels good being outside. Downshift. thinking that leaving the car outside, well, not outside, but with the window open, did mess up a little bit my door somehow. But I cannot be sure. Maybe it's the seat. But yeah, I'm taking it very slowly. I don't care about running here. And it's also a good place to practice the better lines and the throttle control. Because I've seen this video that it was maybe a driver, a taxi driver, was driving a Tesla, and with region braking, the passengers were recording the video, and their heads were bumping all around through the brakes, so they were sick, essentially. So it is good to practice the smoothest experience driving for when I get passengers. So for them to experience, I prefer for them to experience the smoothness of driving rather than them being either scared or their head just bobbing all around. So if they can have a good driving experience, even if they can call me grandma all they want, but I prefer for them to be safe and to have a nicer, smoother experience driving. Passenger. Oh, shit. So yeah, that was a leaf, but man, those couple of days I've been seeing kitties, I've been seeing not rats, but something on the road moving, and I'm a little bit afraid of bumping into some kind of animal. So my line there was not perfect for avoiding the animal. So I just had to do some quick maneuvering. And also I'm recently coming across the chassis flex and the loading of the suspension and the delay in my wheel inputs. So for example, if I'm turning like this and then I want to turn back, there's a little delay or somewhere the car doesn't work. I think that I have to go right here. So essentially when I turn, I have to turn in a little bit earlier and have the turning radius already load up so that I can continue to turn without me adjusting mid corner. That's gonna be quite a task to do. Let me try to do this in this turn. So I have to load up the suspension and then continue, but it doesn't feel right. Doesn't feel right at all. Maybe I don't have to do that on the turns that are wider, maybe only on the closer turns. Let's try here. No braking, and then load. I'm loaded, now, and then I continue to turn. Okay, smoother, but maybe it requires quite a lot more of mental effort to do. So I'm loaded now and turn. So, for instance, this is the turning that I'm doing now. I turn, but the car loads up as it is turning. So I have to correct, and it doesn't feel right. And what I want to do is just load and then turn. It feels a little bit more smoothly, I believe, and the car takes it well, but it's too much effort, and then the lines feel awkward, but I maybe can learn to adapt. So load and turn. I'm not correcting here, and then correct a little bit, and again I'm not braking. So turning earlier as I am loaded, and then with the gas, more or less like a bike. The more gas a bike does on the turn, the more wider they go. So the more gas, the more outside they go, and the less gas input, the more closer the bike can turn. So I'm thinking that I maybe can develop a technique to load the suspension before, like this, load it and then gas. So the more gas I go, the more gas I apply, the more wider I can make the turn. And then same if I let go. So I'm not loaded yet, and then loaded, gas, then modulate, and then release. And then same here. I'm loaded now, gas, release. And by loading I mean when I turn a little bit, the car leans to that side. So loaded, gas, release. And then same. Wide, loaded, gas, release. There's a huge bump here, so I think it can work out, because the other way is just freaking loading the tires as I turn, and the car doesn't like it. It gets unstable, and then with the delay, maybe it can work out. But I have to test it on the Tokyo. I have to test it going a little bit faster with braking also, because when I brake, the car just stabilizes. So it's not loaded, but it sits when I brake through the turns with the left foot. So I don't think that is, having problems with my turning, loading the left foot. But I have to try. The end goal is that I don't want to get the car unstable and have to overcorrect on mid-turn. I want to have a good turning and then commit to it. Don't just, correct it mid-turn. Because I noticed that even if minimal, I see that the car is understeering. And if the car is loaded and turning, it likes it a little bit more. So I'm going to have a stop here and then refill, and then I go to some other roads to test it out. So